Hey guys, welcome to the video. I want to do an update real quick on Nano. Somebody had brought this up on the Discord server earlier today, and I wanted to do a more thorough analysis on it. But before I do, this is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. This market is extremely risky. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your risk, doing your own research. This is just my opinion on the market. Feel free to like, subscribe, share if you'd like to support us. This is the way to do it. We want to grow our community on the Discord server. We want to grow our community here on YouTube as well. So let's just go ahead and take a look here at Nano. I instinctively want to call this Ryblox, but Nano, right? So let's take a look at this here. So right now we did have a good push up into resistance. So one could call this a bearish throwback, pushing this up into resistance. Right here at like 960 to 970, this is an area in which we have had lots of support in this zone over here. We had an attempt to push through, which looks very similar to what we have going on right now, and rejection there. And then we had support, lots of support. So this number 966, 965, if you want to be nice and even about it, is pretty important to me. If we're able to push above this and retest this as support, I do think we get that next leg up. But really the most important number for me right now is not just pushing above 965, it's pushing above 1050 sats. That's the area that would allow us to really move much quicker. Because as far as the volume profile goes, if I were to pull the volume profile up here, I would see that our point of control is sitting right there at about 989. And as we pull this out, let me move this out of the way, and let's go ahead and move this over here so that we can see this a little better. Okay, so still about 989, that's our point of control that we need to push up and above. But if we can push up above 1052, it's going to be very quick and easy for us to move up to 1145, and then even easier for us to push up to 1377. So I think if we're going to get to a phase where we start flipping support and resistance, if we do it twice, then I think it's going to be very easy for us to do it a third time and move up to this level, which is at 1377, which from where we are right now, let's just put this into perspective, moving up to that level is it's a 43% gain from where we are. Not as impressive as Cardano, by the way. If you haven't seen the Cardano video, I just did one where your rate of return is much greater on Cardano right now. But nonetheless, if we start to flip some of these support and resistance levels, and again, when I talk about that, I'm talking about a move up and support that. Maybe we get a little resistance here, but we push above that, and then we're going to get a support there, and then we move up to the next level, we find support there. Everything comes in waves, and that's going to be where you're going to be targeting up here in the 1350 to 1400 level. And don't be afraid to take profit there. Don't be afraid to buy in higher if you have to, but before you decide you want to buy in higher, let's say we do get rejected at 1374. Let's say we just fly right up to it, you take profit there, but then it keeps going. If we close 4-hour candles above this and we start to do something like this above 1374, I would be interested in buying back in to take that next leg up, which could take us all the way up to 2000. Our volume profile indicates that there is a tremendous amount of zero liquidity in this area, which will allow us to fly through this up to 2000. So take your profit here on these high volume nodes. In this zone right here, take your profit. But if we start a consolidation up there, especially if it turns into a pennant, if it turns into a pennant in this area, I would be extremely interested in buying back in and then riding the train up to 2000, because that is going to be, I mean, you can see it right here. There is no volume in this level. It was able to just fall through here, which means it has the ability to, not that it will, but it has the ability to fly right back through it, right? There is a decent amount of volume in this level, so I think grinding through this level from 2000 to 2500 will take longer. But I think it's very easy for us to say that once we are able to get up to this 1400 to 1450 level, then I think it's going to be very easy for us to push up to 2000. That is assuming we don't get rejected, which is why I'm saying take profit at 1450 to 1500. And then if we start a bullish consolidation, creating a little bit of a pennant or a wedge up here, and I'm not talking about a descending wedge. I'm not talking about the wedge looking something like this. I'm not interested in a wedge that looks like this up here. This is not what I'm interested in seeing. What I'm interested in seeing, that is bad. What I am interested in seeing is something that's going to look a little bit like this, or something that's going to look a little bit like this. We need to see either a pennant, or we need to see an ascending wedge. These two here on the right are bullish signs, which would indicate that we're going to pop up. This indication right here, it's insinuating that there's distribution going on. People are trying to sell at the highest point that they can, but it's getting lower and lower every time. And that means that more than likely the price is going to go down. Whereas this one, it indicates the price wants to go up. And same thing with this one, it indicates the price wants to go up. So a couple things to really pay attention to once we are able to move up. As far as the trade setup goes, I would not be interested in putting in a trade until we break 1,000. I would be interested only in putting in a position if we are able to do a push above 1,000. So if we're able to do something like this, push above 1,000, retest that, and take that trade. Take in the trade there at 1,000, don't take the trade here, because right now we are at resistance. If we push above this and close some 4-hour candles above there and then retest it, then I think we have potential for more upside. As I mentioned in my Cardano video, I do think that we are at the phase where we do need to start paying some attention to altcoins, and I'll pay attention to the ones that I feel are important to pay attention to. Also pay attention to some of the ones that that the people on the Discord server are talking about and discussing. But right now, we have been consolidating at this level between 900 and 1100. We've been consolidating there for a long time, and especially if we're able to push above a push above 1,000, I do think we have that potential to move up to 2,000, 2,400. Let's forget about what the chart looks like back here. Do not expect any of these targets. Don't expect don't expect Nano to go up to 20,000, right? Although anything is possible. Just don't expect it to go on any kind of a moon mission like that. Take 50, 100% and be happy with that. Take your profit, and then of course look for those support and resistance lines. These are things that I try and talk about a lot, if you haven't already noticed. Support and resistance to overtake old resistance and reclaim it as support is the name of the game here. We have to make some of these moves. We have to reclaim resistance as support in order to continue the moves up. So take them as they come. But other than that, feel free to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We'd like to have you in the Discord. If you need an invite, just throw in a comment and I can give you an invite code for it. It doesn't cost anything to join. We just like to control some of the spam and some of the trolls that have joined in the past. We want to keep that down. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk